The teamwork is something very difficult. So many times they clash, but it should survive the clash and then grow smoothly, harmoniously, he will say, be friendly. So we select the microbes which are friendly. They don't antagonize each other. So that's very significant value of this product. So this is just a photograph which shows you about the nodulations, what we have checked on various legumes, and especially when I say a rich and it's an active nodule, when you take if you just go to the field, pull up a soybean plant, and if you see a nodule, round nodule, just crush it with your hand and there will be a pink oozing. That means it's an active one. And this one, as I told you, the plant hormone, phytohormone production is something very important. This happens at the rhizosphere level. That is, bacteria associated closely with the root zone in the rhizosphere, they produce these phytohormones which are responsible for the plant growth and productivity. This just to show you, this is one of the pot culture experiments, because every experiment in when we did the lab, then we also did some greenhouse experiments, and that was continuously for 3 or 4 times we did with different types of crops. It's a broad spectrum of crops, a close observation, and then that is what I'm just trying to produce it, to present it before you. This is just a clipping like where we took a photograph of heavily fertilized soybean compared to the Sumagrow. We call it at that time F2. You don't see any powdery mildew, whereas you see the powdery mildew in the heavily fertilized leaf. So that's why I'm saying we claim systemic acquired resistance in plants that are treated. The reason is this: when we say pathogen, pathogens enter. The pathogens, again I will give an elaborative lecture tomorrow in my PowerPoint presentations. You will understand more about it. So when I say the pathogens, it could be a bacteria, it could be a virus, it could be a fungus, and it could be anything, and also the insects. So for all that, they enter. This is, I'm just showing how they can enter into a plant from the leaf, on the leaf, and then also through the root. With all these ones, the plant is able to synthesize the systemic acquired resistance, and this is a list of compounds, chemical compounds, that are produced during the metabolism. If the metabolism is at a high rate, the list of compounds, various chemical compounds are produced, which keeps the resistance high. So that gives the acquired resistance for any type of infection, whether it is a nematode infection or whether it is a fungal infection or an insect infection. So that is the systemic acquired resistance, and you see here, it's a phenomenon whereby the plant is induced to manufacture greater than normal amounts of defensive chemicals, substances, and that would include many, like pathogen-related proteins and some of the toxins and so on. There is a big list. I just took this clipping just to show you, because healthy plants, they produce more defensive substances. There are many scientific evidences to prove this. So this is my best, claim, like high Brix. High Brix is something, another very important point, which prevents the insects attacking the plants, because the insects cannot digest high sugar content. This is a mineral density. When it is high, it keeps the insects away, and when it keeps the insects away, the high density of minerals in the leaf, also when there is sunlight, it just emits a different UV rays, different patterns of rays, as a result of which the insects are warned, don't come near me. That's it. Again, your Sumagrow increases Brix. I just wanted to add this one because we ourselves, what I'm showing you is my lab observations and our field observation. Several farmers and people who have already practiced this product, they're all here with their hand up. They are going to add more values to you. So you will listen, hear them, actually you are witnessing them and how the performance of this product in the field, large scale. So you see that here, this is what I told you. A weak plant attracts more insects. If you are weak, if your health is down, then you get more diseases, more problems in the health. So a healthy plant avoids, get rid of all these ones. But in a, this is a scientific proof where it says when a plant is out of nutritional balance. You see, out of nutritional balance, the internal pressure causes some cellular components like simple sugars or incomplete proteins to seep out of the surface of the leaves and stems. Voila, that's a free lunch for plants. That's the reduction in Brix results into this. This is again to show you how a Brix can prevent or protect the plant from the insect attack. And also some of the fungus which can also grow on the surface of the caterpillars, the leaf cutters, and then leaf feeding insects and these worms, and then they control. That's quite interesting. Again to say, healthy plants keeps pesticides away. The best defense is a good offense, right? So healthy plants are disposed to take care of themselves. Evolution has given them the means to defend against most natural pests. But they can only do that if they are healthy and thriving. So the formulation. I told you the saprophytic competency. When it is entered into the soil, what is the performance? It's 100% saprophytically competent. And at the same time, the shelf life is 1 year plus. That we always, then the carrier what we are using is very important. That is the humic acid, 12%, 7 pH. And as you all know, the humic acid, it just multiply, the microorganisms, they multiply and grow faster in humic acid. The pH, of course, we make it neutral. It is rich in organic content, and this humic acid capacity has a high water holding capacity. So the humic acid, the carrier what we are using, has got very good qualities, very many beneficial qualities, and that is what is used as a carrier. And this is what I told you about the quality control and for the viability check. This is being done right from the mother culture when it goes through the cultivation and then until the shipment. There are people working intensely on the quality control. This is being done every time the shipment is, before shipment it is done many times, and also the stock microbes also being tested for its CFU every time. Of course, the product is eco-friendly, and our greenhouse studies. I told you that we did several greenhouse studies, both greenhouse studies and some of the field studies we tried. Everything showed positive results. And it's very good for a broad spectrum of crops. So I'm going to pass on quickly because you are going to listen more on the field trials in a large scale. So this is our greenhouse crops where we have checked, I'm sorry, we checked, okay, this is the soybeans, and you see this photograph has been taken in Forbes. They have taken our photograph, it came in Forbes, and this is the nodulations you see in soybean crop. These are all our field trials and the pot culture. And you see the garden beans, the early flowering in garden beans, and in squash also the flower buds, so many flowers in a plant treated with Sumagrow. And the tomatoes, the flowers are like a sunflower, and early flowering, more yield, and in tomato almost all the varieties, the Roma variety, beefsteak, and the giant tomatoes, and also the cherry tomatoes and celebrity, it gave wonderful results. And in clover, so it's very interesting.